Hey everybody. I'm Dom. It's Tuesday. That means we at Folkwise Lies. Folkwise Lies. We at Folkwise have been lying to you. We are going to be playing some video games like we do Tuesday night and talking folklore. And Daisy, you're there?
I'm here as per the usual.
As per usual. Cool.
The snack I got involves avocado, which I know is your like kryptonite or whatever.
I think my kryptonite is probably pollen.
Oh, sure.
Avocado's up there though.
Up there. Yeah, we're gonna have a really fun stream tonight. We're gonna play some Hades.
That's right.
Dr. Robert Guyker is gonna be on, and we're gonna talk about myth and video games, and we're gonna have kind of a meta stream that's gonna be about like. Finally, we have another folklorist on the stream who also
studies video games.
Gaming is like the thing that they do.
Yeah. Big get for us. Very excited he's finally on.
Yeah. I went to Obetti's this weekend in Athens, Ohio.
Obetti's is
pretty
so
cool.
goddamn good. I love Obetti's so much.
What's your order?
The Vita.
The Vita. What comes on it? What's your favorite toppings?
Oh God, what is it? Like sauerkraut, Thousand Island, and bacon or something?
Yeah, I always get sauerkraut and onions, and a pickle.
Okay.
That's my order. And mustard. Sometimes I get different kinds of mustard.
If I remember correctly, I beat the Hydra with 1 HP last time we played. Now I'm in ELYSIUM. I love the chat. The chat is it's so much fun interacting with all y'all. And you know, Daisy and I were just on a YouTube channel last night. Oh damn! I can't believe I walked into that. But yeah, we were.
Let me post the link to it. Right? Is it still up?
VOD?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up like forever.
Yeah, I'll post a link to it. It was really fun, and Dom, I think you described it very well, in that it was like 2 hours of us talking about Oh Brother Where Art Thou, which was really fun. Aw, Ice, thank you for the bits.
Thank you.
Folkwise Lies emote? Not yet.
Folkwise is a lie, and I'm a liar.
Oh my God.
Oh, I forgot I have the chaos egg, so I can go down to chaos. Oh, that's a tough one. Let me do it. Those are my two favorite girls.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Yes, we were on the movie club podcast with T Papas in the chat.
Movie club. Yeah, with T Papas as the host, and it was really fun. And to circle back to what I was saying earlier before like 100 things happened. I think Dom put it best when he was like, we were talking about Oh Brother Where Art Thou together for 2 hours, and all the folklore and film stuff and all the references and all that stuff in the actual film, and then the other like hour and a half was just like Folkwise, but Tommy was the host.
Yeah,
and we were the guests.
Tommy kind of fucking pranked us and had us on his episode of Folkwise, which was cool as shit.
Yeah, it was very cool. Very cool.
E-Sheeps definitely should watch it because he gave me a tier list of Bloomington restaurants.
Yeah, E-Sheeps, you gotta get on there. It was super fun.
I have a fair bit of money. Hopefully, I can buy something good from the Wellerman.
The Wellerman come. Remember how that happened for like a week?
Oh, he like still has hits in the UK.
Oh my God, I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
Folklore
he's
Thursday,
just like a pop
folks,
star.
I guess.
He's just a pop. Oh yeah, the Folklore Thursday people are totally up to that.
Yeah.
Ooh, Poseidon Zade or Rip Current?
Nice.
Which one? Actually, honestly, I should do True Shot.
True Shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what everybody says. The bow. You gotta learn that bow.
Well, that's the Artemis powers, not the bow. But I do love Artemis.
Oh.
I think she's good at her job.
Artemis. Yeah. Good at her job. What's everyone sipping on tonight? I just made a cup of coffee. Somebody tell me.
Replenish all uses of Death Defiance. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got the true ending of this game off stream. And I kind of feel like the pressure is way off now that I like know
So
it's beatable.
how many endings are there?
Like 10.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I did I beat it an 11th time when I was just like hanging out with our soon-to-be guest Robert Guyker.
Yeah.
We just like hung out and talked, and I played Hades with him, and I beat it an 11th time with him, and I used the spear, which I haven't used in forever.
The spear. Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Oh shit! Don't. If you were thinking about transforming into a man, don't.
Don't put me in a situation.
Oh my god, do you see my health? I'm very much in a situation.
Yeah, and you don't want to be there. Don't do it. No situations. Let's see. Yeah, that seems cool. I have a question about like Hades gaming culture.
Yes.
Like I know that you find it really like sadistic in a way, or like, and then
That's not Hades. That's
like
roguelites.
masochistic.
That's roguelites, not Hades.
Okay, so
don't put that on my
like,
sweet son Zagreus.
Okay, it's not Zagreus. It's the people whom he was raised.
It's the genre. It's the genre of the game. I think
Yeah.
it's just sadistic.
So, yeah, like, are there for people who don't follow like the Hades community very much? Like, is that a you opinion, or is that a community opinion?
I don't know.
Is that why
I
it
think-
has gained so much traction? Or
I think I've said this on stream before, but like, this is a hard. It's money. That's cool. I think I've said this on stream before, but like, I didn't know Hades was like a fighting game. I thought it was like a dating sim, because all everyone ever talked about was like, Megara Thanatos, Megara Thanatos.
Yeah.
Who are you gonna marry? And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. I guess like a dating sim, but it's hell. Dream Daddy, but it's hell. That's pretty cool,
Dream
right?
Daddy in Hell.
Yeah.
That's cool,
I
yeah.
thought it was Dream Daddy in hell.
Yeah.
But I think that speaks to what the community really latched onto. That like, here we have like a not just that he's like canonically bi, but he like has like all the characters are so well written that you really get invested in just like even Charon. I get really invested in making him go ugh. But like you get really invested in the characters between the fighting.
Yeah, I was thinking like, especially they had to design it that way because otherwise it would be frankly too boring. There has to be something.
I think
and
a lot of people always say it's like the roguelite for people who hate roguelites, and I think that's a part of it. That like,
yeah,
there's enough story and stuff to like really hook people who don't like the brutal grind of dying and coming back.
yeah. My dear friend.
Aw.
Why is Theseus just like, oh, Rocky?
He was the king of Athens.
Isn't that just
Very
just
much.
Rocky vibe?
Yeah.
Oh, Rocky.
Oh damn.
I'm gonna go see Rocky Horror Picture Show this weekend.
Oh cool.
I think they're doing a midnight show, Shadowcast, the whole 9.
Cool.
I think I'm gonna go.
We were
It's Studio
we were the
35.
room kids in undergrad, so
Yeah.
my friend
would
was
love to see more
Shadowcast
room-
Chris R.
That's awesome. I don't know he was actually the Shadowcast person.
Chris R has
Part
one
of
scene.
the show. I mean, I guess it's true.
You got 5 fucking minutes? Here's 5 fucking
Yeah.
minutes, Denny. Where's my fucking money, Denny? That's me rolling up to the Minotaur like, where's my fucking money, Denny?
Yeah, exactly. Sheeps, where's my fucking money?
Oh, 5 fucking minutes? 5 fucking minutes, Minotaur? 5 fucking minutes is serious?
Let's go.
Here's my 5 fucking minutes.
Hey. Sup,
Hello,
Deathloris?
Deathloris. I talked to Charon, even though you weren't there. I know Deathloris
Yeah.
loves it when I talk to Charon. And he goes, "Ugh."
It's very good.
Oh, damn. I kind of love them, though. They're, I think, my two favorite characters. I haven't beat them on stream.
Minotaur and
have I beat them on stream
Theseus?
yet? Yeah,
No,
I
you
adore
played
them.
a Minotaur last time, I think, but I don't think that you, I don't think you won.
I don't have the gauntlet all swagged out, so I'm dodging all the time, which really helps with these two.
Yeah.
To bring up my
That makes
evasiveness.
Ooh ah. Who is observing this battle? Who's that ghost guy?
It's just like this is sports for the Shades of Elysium.
But there's no, not in the center there. Like off to on the left side.
Where?
You have to run over there, all the way. Keep going.
Oh,
top.
big boy
See, like,
there.
green?
I don't know.
Yeah, who's the big one?
I don't know. He's cool.
Yeah, I like him. Because that's the Daenerys Targaryen spot.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's strong Belwas. That's strong Belwas right there. He just ate too many locusts.
Yeah, and he's just
damn.
chilling.
Oh damn. I'm like forgetting everything I learned about fighting Theseus right now.
Well, good thing we have time to practice to show off your skills before Dr. Guyker shows
That's true.
up.
That's true.
Dr. G.
Did you hit there?
Oh, Poseidon, of course, nephew.
Of course,
Ooh,
nephew.
Poseidon's cool.
Poseidon's a jerk to Odysseus.
Now I'm thinking about Tommy's question again about mermaids. I don't
Yeah?
know, Tommy, I heckin' hope you're listening. It would be so funny. Is
Oh, Tommy's right there.
Poseidon... Aw, Tommy, what up?
Is Poseidon a mermaid?
Or does Poseidon rule over mermaids? And if so, does that mean not cryptid, but
No,
rather a fairy?
I think he does. I think there are some mermaids
So
like Poseidon's their illegitimate father.
Fairy mermaid?
I'm your biological father.
I'm your biological father, Poseidon. Yeah, because I wonder.
Oh God!
Is
oh God!
Ponyo a mermaid?
Who does he have?
Is
Ares.
Ponyo a fairy?
Is who?
Is Ponyo a fairy?
Ponyo?
Is
Oh.
Ponyo a mermaid? Is Ponyo a fairy?
Oh God!
Ponyo.
Okay, I got you next
Oh.
time. I got you next time. Dick. Hey, this game puts me in such like a
Damn.
foul mood.
I thought you were gonna say this. This game puts me in such a foul situation.
Thank you. This game puts me in a situation.
Very cool.
Let's try it. Exegriff, the rail of adamant.
Okay.
I love our little
Who oppose me?
skelly, whatever, beanbag.
Of how skeleton beanbag punching bag. Although
Beanbag.
I would love to. I think sitting on Skelly, he'd just be like, "Hey, am I holding you up there, boss?" Yeah.
Oh my God.
Of course you love Skelly because he is the voice of all the songs he did.
We are the topiary creature.
Oh God, you're right.
He's the topiary creatures.
Skelly. He's the topiary creatures. Very pleased to meet you.
Seniors and senior reaches too. Ares, I have Ares and Athena on right now. I'm very warlike.
Nice,
Oh, and here's
nice.
Aphrodite.
Oh, Bay.
Bay.
Aphrodite.
Different League. I love Different League. Such a cool ability.
No love without pain.
Maybe I'm a different league. So.
What?
Blame it on
Tried
my
to
ADD.
censor.
Maybe I'm a
tried to
different breed.
We could try to censor how loud you sang that.
Oh, good. Honestly,
Discord.
good
I was like,
decision.
whoa.
Good decision for all. No, not chat though. Chat probably got it.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first
Cat
damage.
probably was okay, but.
First damage I took all run.
AWOL Nation, Mario, what's up?
AWOL Nation. That's who it is. Hi. You love AWOL Nation. I only know that one song, I think.
Who we get? Oh.
Oh, Electo. Have we got Electo on stream yet? Oh, I don't think we have.
I don't think we have. Yeah, I don't think we have Electo.
Must be one of Megaros' Guyker's lovely sisters. I don't believe we've had the
Waiting for what exactly?
So sick of, doing my regular job uninterrupted.
Here is Mario.
Uninterrupted.
Name one other AWOL Nation song we should listen to.
I get the feeling we're starting on the wrong foot.
Anyway, I always wanted to kill a guy.
Oh, you like AWOL Nation? Name every album. Name every nation.
Oh, you like AWOL Nation? Yeah. Name every state.
Name every. Yeah, name every.
Name all
state.
nations.
Yeah. Oh, you like Hades? Name every religion.
But I do feel like there is like a sort of instinct to be like, oh, you like Hades? Name every god.
Yeah. I know. That's why it's true.
That's why it's funny.
There's a
Yeah.
grain of. That's why it's funny. It's like a cliche. It's a
You know-
grain of truth in every cliche.
You know, if you have to explain a joke,
That's why it's weird.
but it's probably good.
Exactly. Wow. Is that joke reverse joke?
Coen Brothers joke reverse joke. Kill
Your heroes. It has a wacky video. What's wacky about it? Is that the? That's
Oh,
not. that
it's
one with
I
Catcall,
think it's probably there's a madcap caper in there. There's a chase scene.
Wacky. Do you ever like download mods to your game to make them harder? And if so, what games do you do? Do you do that too?
To make them harder, no. To make them weirder, yes.
Or it's that yeah, okay. Yeah. What's an example of one that's like you make weirder because you're playing the DLC whatever or the mod?
I mean, I think my longest history with a mod is the Clash of Kings mod on Crusader Kings 2 to make it Song of Ice and Fire.
Sure. Yeah. That's cool. David,
Very
our
nice.
GM on the show on Wednesdays, sometimes he pretty much exclusively plays Skyrim with a survival mod.
Okay.
So that way you have to drink, and you can't fast travel. You have to travel by horse,
Sure.
and you can get, like all the health stuff is like way more intense. So you have to like plan your meals and things.
Asphodel now, aren't I?
And you can become an alcoholic. I think you can become an alcoholic anyway in Skyrim, but
Sure.
matters a little bit differently in in the survival version. People do both of that with Dark Souls. Yeah, totally. I'm just thinking about like cool gamer culture. Like, are there mods you can do with Hades? I don't think so. You can't really mod.
Oh, I bet there is on the PC
Switch
version.
games?
On the PC version,
On the
definitely.
PC version. Yeah, I was gonna say like on the Switch, there's like
No.
mods are like not a thing.
Yeah.
I've never done that, but yeah, on the PC version.
Everyone when they talk about what do you call it? We were talking about Smash mods a couple weeks ago, and a lot of people brought up Project M,
Yeah.
like rebuilding Melee's
Yeah.
physics engine into Brawl, and that's good, and that was like a fun competitive scene for a while. However,
Yeah.
Brawl Plus that just like tweaked Brawl's engine so it like played a little, it was less wonky, played a little better, it was great, and then Brawl Minus, where every character was broken, is a ton of fun.
Oh, that sounds really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is fun to like play a game at like the hardest level just to start with, just to see like what you can do.
When I was learning driver's ed, my brother had me practice maneuverability and like set the pylon, like the cones way too close to each other. So by the time I actually did what do you call it? Like maneuverability on my exam, I was very good at it. Anyway, I hated him for that, and I hate when things are hard arbitrarily.
I get it. This is why this is a contentious game.
Only with me. I mean, I don't.
Only with you.
Yeah.
Oh shit! T Papa sent us a question. Are there
Lavender
different
Town.
terms for video games?
We brought up Lavender Town on the stream yet?
I don't think we have.
Bam, 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 bam.
So there's okay. Here's my take.
Can you
on the
read it? Can you
question.
read it out loud for me and the chat?
Yeah. So question. Are there different terms for video game folklore? Example. Something like Lavender Town affects real world, or the ET games being buried and folklore that happens in the video game world. Example, like in Grand Theft Auto 5, you could find a Bigfoot in the game.
Ooh.
In Fallout, you could find a Bigfoot, you could find aliens, you could find stuff like that. My like gut reaction is my same gut reaction to people who say that like digital folklore or internet folklore is a genre, because to me it's not a genre, it's just how people are communicating the thing. So for example, like you tell a legend to your friend, you can share the same legend online. It doesn't mean it's internet folklore per se.
What would you call it? A mode? A mode of transmission?
Yeah, I would call it a mode of transmission. Or I do think that it's important to note that it happens online, or the context in which the lore is shared, or even like internet speech and like communication like that. Like when I said him boy horse go fast or whatever I said.
Famously.
Like I do think that that is like a kind of folklore that came from the internet, but I would still call that like a speech type of folklore.
Sure.
So for video game folklore, I would just say that that's like providing further context to stuff that happens all the time. So specifically in the GTA reference with Bigfoot or any video games that like have cryptids in them, I would just call that like cryptid folklore, or like legends about cryptids that are sometimes also in video games, and that does change the context, but I don't think it's like video game specific, you know?
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Does that make any sense? Dom, what do you think?
It makes sense to me, but I have a degree in folklore. Does that make sense to other people in the chat?
Does that make sense to everybody? Like, I can say it in a different way, perhaps, too, but there's also, like, things that we do culturally. Okay, here's another good example. When people try to, like, make the food that's in Zelda,
oh yeah,
like, at home, that's, like, I guess video game folklore, but it's also like foodways that just happen to be connected to a community that surrounds.
Yep, I'd agree.
The video game. So I wouldn't say that it's like its own genre, but rather it's like a community that has its own kind of patterns and jurisdictions and knowledge that you just have to know in order to understand what people are talking about. Just like you would with any community.
Yeah. I get down with that. Boo, 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 boo.
Yeah.
Damn.
Or especially like legendy stuff. Or like there's even folklore about, or like that germinate from video games. I know I use all these like plant words when I talk now. But like Herobrine is one of my favorite video game cryptids, so it's like a cryptid or a creature with questioned or contested existence that came from the game itself and people interacting with the game and sharing stories about it. But and it's like not written into the code or anything. So like the existence of Herobrine, I would still say is like a cryptid that happens to have very curiously come from a video game, but the important part is that it wasn't the game that caused it. It was like how people relate to and create cryptids, how something becomes a cryptid.
Yeah,
It just happened to be in a video game.
I get you.
We're switching cameras, and while we do that,
Yeah.
Dr. Robert Guyker's here to join us while we're playing Hades.
Welcome to
Hello, everyone.
Folkwise, finally.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Very
Thank you
excited to
guys
have you on.
so much for having me.
Oh yeah,
How's everything? I just need to do audio check. Am I sounding good?
you sound great. Yeah,
Sound good? Yeah.
Yep.
Sound
Excellent.
great.
we are back
As
in
long as
Elysium.
you're not hearing an echo or anything. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, Dom's doing pretty good. We are gonna destroy some stuff. We were just talking about
Trying to beat the
chat
Minotaur
was
today,
asking
yeah.
about like. Yeah, we're trying to beat the Minotaur. We were talking to the chat about like the difference between thinking. Basically, the question was posed like video game folklore that incorporates other parts of folklore, and like, are there different words for the study of video game folklore? And my answer to that was that it's like the video game is the mode of transmission, or like a context piece of another kind of genre of folklore. So whether that's a legend or I don't know, like religion or foodways or whatever, it's just like in context. What do you think about that? Chat just asked. Does that make sense? I can read the question technically if you'd like.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Well, Daisy, while you're finding that, would you like to, Robert? Would you like to introduce yourself to the chat formally?
Oh yes, of course. So yeah, my name is Dr. Guyker. My students kind of given me the affectionate name of Dr. G. So
G.
That's yeah. I really kind of admire that bit of detail. So I think it's gonna stick now from
cool.
now on. Maybe I'll just let students call me Dr. G if they like. So yeah, I'm.
What can we call you?
I've been
Dr. GG's.
Dr. GG.
Dr. GG.
Dr.
Oh,
GG.
GG. Yeah. Dr. GG. You know, that's a good variation. I like that. So yeah, I've been part of the folklore community. I started roughly around during my graduate studies. I started coming out to our conferences, the American Folklore Society. I did my PhD work in mythological studies, so I think it kind of seems natural for me to have an interest in what you guys are up to. I focused my dissertation on how myths are used, appropriated, or invented in some ways, and kind of like a mythopoesis in games. So yeah, this is an incredible invitation. So thank you guys so much for having me.
Very happy to have you on. Yeah, as we were saying, we finally have a folklorist who studies video games on the show to talk about video game folklore with us.
There's so much to account for, so I feel like my work is cut out for me in a way. I mean, we have some incredible folklorists who are also starting to, put their focus on. I should say, though, when it comes to the study of, game communities, roughly, not even just digital, but analog, tabletop.
Yep.
We have folks like Gary Fines, who started in on shared fantasy with his work on D&D groups. So
I just want you to know we have a sociologist in the chat who is going to contest you when you say "we" for him. But
okay.
I'm doing that for you, you sheeps.
And then we also, what's interesting is one thing I tried to kind of account for a little bit was the rise of game studies proper as a field, which is around 2000, 2001. Started by some Nordic scholars like Espen Arseth and Jesper Juhl, Marko Eskelinen, a Finnish scholar.
Oh yeah.
Some really amazing ties between Finns who work on folklore and also community of game scholars who really started more or less what was like a formalistic kind of approach to games. And it's kind of evolved over these last like a decade or so now. Yeah. So it's been kind of interesting trying to find areas where our fields of study could overlap and what we can kind of contribute, in kind of a reciprocity, maybe even have a little fun debates in that, as it arises. But wow, so you're tearing it up here in Elysium.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Dom, I'm very impressed.
Very
I think
fast.
I'm learning, every moment that I watch you with it.
Aww,
so,
look at that.
Yeah, you always
I'm an inspiration.
Got to stay open for all the hints and tips. So I'm trying to not get absorbed in just watching you. So I'll try to also stay engaged and try to talk with y'all too.
Yeah, I can try to ask questions to distract you if you want.
Oh.
Try to interrupt the game flow. No, yeah, this is fun.
Let's see.
This is a
'Cause I
fun
wasn't
game
sure,
that we've
maybe-
played on stream a bunch of times. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, people seem to really like Hades compared to other games. Do you have any ideas why is Hades like such a popular game compared to other games? I guess it's
one thing that I mean, I kind of
Yeah.
admire about gamers in particular is their enthusiasm for the content. I mean, they really dig into it. This is something kind of touching on the idea of using games as a research tool. I find that, you know, academics and scholars, we have our sort of methodologies that we use, but then I am always impressed by just enthusiasts who, you know, dig into the lore of the games, and I learn just as much from them.
Oh yeah.
I made it kind of a point in my dissertation in the appendix. I tried to list, you know, where I got some insights from some of the wikias that get built up around the games.
Oh, definitely.
oh so many.
I mean, I kind of
Yes,
grew-
we use those constantly for games that we play.
Yeah. I mean, even there's so much of the evolution, the changing of the ecology that we have at our disposal. When I was, you know, I've been gaming since I was, you know, like since I was a little one. I think one of my first systems, I do remember the Atari vaguely, and then I played the. My brother and I really used to play a lot of the Sega Master System.
Oh wow.
So it was always really fun to
Nice.
have an older brother to sit down with and play games with. So
Hell yeah. Even if it always had
having
you
a
were
sibling
tails.
in general
Yeah.
just kind of, you know, it just makes it so
Yeah.
much more fun.
Definitely.
Oh, what took me so long? Thank you, Athena.
Dash dash dash. Shield dash. Yeah, Dom said earlier that when he was didn't understand what Hades was and thought it was a dating sim for like mythology.
Just because of the way like the fans
Kinda went
talked
through
about
that.
it, you know?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Because of the fan community. Because they get so
I mean-
into the individual stories.
Yeah. Speaking of which, there's my ex-boyfriend.
Yeah. Ooh.
There's still quite a bit that I'm kind of unpackaging about this.
Oh
about
yeah,
the game
have you
as
seen
I-
Thanatos yet?
I've partly, yes. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Brother,
so
brother of Hypnus, yeah.
Yeah, kind of a competition. See if
Waters, which is great.
if I can kill more people than him, I get an extra reward.
Nice.
Hey, Flex, who are you, Flexatron? Reveal yourself.
Reveal yourself. Flexatron has showed up in the chat and just subscribed to us.
Oh,
Sub tier 1, thanks. For 4 months. Wow.
Who got more? Who got
Yeah,
more?
we're excited because that means that Flexatron has
covering
done
it up with
transcribing a
Bobby's
huge
name.
project.
Yeah, that's true. Man, everyone's getting done with stuff. Okay, good.
Everyone's getting done with stuff.
I think I tied him there for kills, so he gave me extra HP.
You left without
Nice.
telling me goodbye.
Oh my god, jilted lover.
Suppose you knew I'd catch up with you soon.
well, I think the first
What?
thing I think that really drew people to this game was obviously the art style.
Yeah.
This is just
Yeah.
the attention to detail. I think that
Heard from you.
yeah, I think that everyone is finding out the more that you dig into this game, the more that they really took the time. This was developed by Super Giant, and
Yep.
that
Yeah.
it's kind of shown
Spend it all in one
a bit of a challenge to the AAA titles on how to really handle a mythological world. You know, really how to utilize all of the cross referencing that you can get into.
Never enough of these back at the house.
All right. Out to meet my two favorite people again, Daisy. Howdy, Drew.
Yeah, hi Drew.
These beautiful people.
The art the
What?
art style reminds yeah. The art style reminds Wasteland Shaman of like very loosely of anime. Anime.
Right.
Yeah, it's loosely that way. Yeah.
Loosely, yeah. There's something about it that kind of strikes me as a bit like, well, firstly, I think it has like a nice internal tradition, aesthetic tradition of it being little motifs and nods to Transistor. There's some of their previous games, Bastion. That's an
Yeah.
So they're also kind of building on their own franchise or universe of sorts.
Like their house style.
It also, yeah, their house style. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I'm thinking like
I've got
like
a question.
Jack Kirby, that's Marvel house style, you know.
Mm-hmm.
What's your question, Daisy?
I've got a question. Dom and I were talking about this earlier. What is the big green soul that's hanging out in the king spot, overlooking at like a podium?
Who do you think?
Not here.
Oh God.
Like, do you have any idea? Hold
This
on,
big guy. This big guy
no.
up there.
Green. Oh, that big
On the
guy.
left, the green guy. Yeah.
The one who's up there.
Yep.
I almost.
We
you
said,
know,
I don't know if you're a Game
is
of
it
Thrones fan, but
yeah.
we said it was just strong bell loss.
Yeah, he's
You're a
about
Game
to
of Thrones
eat all the eat all the locusts for Daenerys, so she doesn't get sick.
He kind of reminds me a little
Game of
bit
it says
when
Game of
Ja-
Thrones
like
fan. It's a book reference.
it kind of reminds me of when, you know, in Phantom Menace when Jabba just kind of comes out during the pod race.
Oh yeah. He
There's
kind
a
of
little bit of that.
He kind of reminds me of Commodus and Gladiator. God,
Yes, that too. Yep.
these boys.
Well, this is yeah, with it being Theseus and Minotaur. I mean, maybe it's supposed to be Minos.
Oh, that would be cool.
Could be. So this is, well, yeah, could be. That would be, guys, I guess my best guess.
That's good. I like it. I like the headcanon.
Yeah, Mario says it's like No Face from
Spirited Away.
You know, that's
Like, no
yeah,
face.
yeah. I think the shades for sure. They have that appearance to them.
Yeah.
They do remind me of Spirited Away.
Oh, Theseus got
Oh.
me. Damn.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely devastated.
Great. Great, folks. Back at it again.
Achilles on break, I guess.
Hey, did you see?
I like. There was one moment I was playing this. Was it yesterday or so? All of the shades were all lined up, and Hades was checking in with them about something. You couldn't hear what they were saying, but Hades was just like, denied, rejected, no, just kind of
Yes.
brushing them off.
I'll be on the lookout for this one.
We
I'm in the area.
speaking of denied reject, we played Death and Taxes on stream with Death Loris.
Yeah.
Who was in the chat, which was really fun that one time.
Despite my insistence, you do not.
Speaking of controlling who lives and who dies.
Which is great.
What I will do about this fix.
Check your stash of weapons over there.
Oh, can I start upgrading it? Can I start upgrading it? Yes. I need to upgrade my glovies. 10% dodge chance. Let's go. Need to upgrade my gloves.
Has Malphone kind of become? I think you were using it when we were talking earlier.
Well, I was using the
as well. Like, you
spear.
tend to-
I was using the spear last
Oh,
time.
spear.
Yeah, but Twin Fist and Malphon are my favorite.
I was having some pretty good luck today with the IGs. I think.
Oh yeah, I like it. I like it. It
They-
plays kind of similar. Yeah, it plays kind of similar to Twin Fists
Yeah.
of Malphon.
Distant relatives by now.
Mm-hmm.
We don't all share the same demeanor nor see eye to eye.
What you got for me? You got. I'll do Divine Strike. All right, chat. I feel good about this run. Oh, look who's giving me right away. Look who's here right away, Daisy.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Beady-doo, beady-doo-doo.
I think one of the most creative characters
We love
has been,
them.
yeah, Chaos. Really,
Chaos
I think
is
they
so
really,
cool.
yeah.
Because I remember the first time I ran across the
love
Chaos Gate
Chaos.
on stream, people were like, Chaos, Chaos, Chaos. And I was like, I don't know what that means. Because I didn't think you could personify Chaos. And I especially didn't think, like what did you call it, Daisy? Like the visual echo? That's so cool.
Yeah, yes, of the like rainbow around their head. That's just like
Pulsing. Yeah.
so cool. Yeah.
All of their voices.
I'm sure there's a better word for that. Wow, Flexitron's absolutely trolling us.
Try not to die in this. I mean,
He's got...
that's
Try not to die
the
in this
goal is to
run.
not die, right?
Yes. Flexitron has 11 out of the promised 12 transcriptions done for Archie Green. Nice!
Cool.
Got one more and take a break.
Yeah, Flexitron's got an Archie Green.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how to phrase this exactly in the best way, but I guess, like, in what context would you use the term myth over something like mythologies? Because to me, like, if you say I study myth or like the mythologies, I don't know, like linguistically what you would use. To me, mythologies is something that echoes a larger collection of narratives than the term myth does, but I don't know. Is this a distinction that you make in your work or that other people in your field do?
I try to. I mean, one of the things I try to do is try to pluralize whenever possible.
Yeah.
I feel like
I've noticed that
helps
about your
me.
work. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, for one thing, when you use myth as like a proper, almost like a proper noun, like capital M, some interesting problems arise when you do that. You get yourself into some deep, you know, little tricky waters a little bit. I think, you know, basically, Daisy, I'm in agreement that you know, mythologies are always collections of myths. That's one way to look at it. When we say, but you know, there's I think in pop culture we've gotten used to saying mythos of something. So like,
Yeah.
the Cthulhu mythos,
Yeah.
The Rick and
which
Morty
also obviously
mythos.
kind of means a collection.
Yes.
So I think there's, you know, sometimes just knowing the context of when to apply the term. That's one of the things I think that's very insightful about folkloristics, is that we kind of always try to pay attention to the usage of the term.
Something I want to point out from chat. Wasteland Shaman says a lot of Indo-European myths tend to have striking similarities. Can you talk about how that's true, but also how that's even like only scratching the surface?
Can we repeat it one more time?
Okay. Daisy, can you read Wasteland Shaman was saying about
Yeah.
Loki?
Yeah, Wasteland Shaman says, ironically, I was just discussing Eris, the Greek goddess of chaos,
Fittingly.
being a Greco-Roman counterpart to Loki. And
okay.
and then they elaborate that a lot of Indo-European myths have these striking similarities. And so, curious what you think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, the similarities, yeah, they do crop up when you consider the linguistic families that they belong to. That's had sort of a long tradition. When we even when we say comparative mythology, oftentimes it's been relegated to the study of Indo-European languages for sure, and that's been since the Brothers Grimm that kind of became the case. Early philology, before it was linguistics, it was like philology.
Great word. Fun to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, the similarities are there.
But I guess what I'm prompting.
I think
Go for it. I feel like we're gonna say the same thing.
I would also think that, you know, sometimes the motifs kind of, you're facing two dilemmas. One is the diffusion argument, that there's maybe some shared cultural boundaries that are taking place over history and time.
Yep.
Contact between groups. Then there's those who kind of think to deeper levels of connectivity between human beings on the level of mind or the level of the psyche. So psychic unity argument.
You know, if myths are the answers, like the narrativized answers for these big existential questions, then like
right.
Then not just like language families would all have the same original story. Then like all people might have the same like few things they talk about when they talk about why are we here? You know, like fire or leaders or
Certainly, yeah.
the beginning of things. You know. So,
I mean,
something I love to point out is how similar like Prometheus and Maui are, even though like Greece and New Zealand are the two most like like what's the commonality between Greece and New Zealand? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some thematic traits that we try to entertain, at least on an analytical level. When we talk about trickster figures, we kind of label it trickster, and we see who kind of fits into that. We test it against that category. We kind of, I mean, trickster is sort of like that forebearer of kind of human trickiness, really. I mean, the ability of us to kind of mess with our own kind of religious system sometimes manifests in the figure. Like if you think of Lokasena, which is like a one of Loki's moments in the Edda, where he kind of messes with all of the Norse gods and kind of pokes fun at them, you know. There's been kind of contention if that is truly from within the Norse tradition, or if it was perhaps, I think there's some scholars who might have made the hypothesis that maybe the Lokasena was sort of a little bit of like a Christian influence of using Loki as like the voice of critique against all the deities.
Interesting.
But I think you know, my tendency again is to think of them as related, but sometimes the similarities can only go so far. Then you have to really start to take into account what does the trickster mean for the culture that it's what are they using it for to deal with their own specific problems, taboos and such. So I tend to, you know, for example, I had a Neil Stevenson paper. I grappled with one of his novels, The Diamond Age, and I kind of arrived at this, you know, there's a really, really brilliant little essay by Otto Marquardt, and he wrote this paper about like in praise of polytheism, and he kind of played with this word called polymythical thinking, and I liked that. It was sort of like in contrast to monomythical thinking.
Yeah.
At the time when he wrote it, there's no kind of instance of him drawing on the monomyth as we would know maybe from like James Joyce or Campbell, but it's just an interesting it's an essay that I like to return to on occasion, and I've come to kind of see the trickster sort of existing in a state of polysemy, or like through different interpretations and meaning, or through at least polymythy, which is sort of like to say that he or she is sort of constituted by several myths that surround it.
Not had enough yet.
Do you think that is a surgence of thought in like myth studies or the study of mythology that is rising and kind of taking over, or is it something that's like more niche? Like, are you working against the framework of like the monomythical thinking by using polymythic thinking, or is it becoming popular and sort of like switching roles? Does that make any sense? In like a theory switching way. Or like,
you know,
is this a paradigm shift or a thing everyone already believes?
Oh,
is this that's the term I'm trying to say.
A paradigm shift.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's I wouldn't think I'd go. I wouldn't kind of go that far with it quite yet. No. But I do think that we have some major rifts sometimes in the study of myth. First it's, you know, trying to figure out if it's a field or if it's a discipline, which is kind of always an interesting little kind of thought experiment. And it kind of exists, you know, the study of myth itself kind of exists under many different umbrellas, and many different scholars from entirely different disciplines approach it. So there's the literary scholars who have their own sets of parameters, constraints, and then there's you know, the works of Freud and Jung and, you know, depth psychology. There's early symbolist works, or the idea that it's derived from a sort of a symbolic thinking. Ernst Cassirer, like those kind of figures like that. To me, you know, I had a conversation with Greg Schremp, who I think you guys know from IU.
Yeah, I had one of my professors at IU. Yeah.
he's his work is so subtle, and I've really come to really appreciate what he's contributing to the field. His ability to look at popular science writing, for one thing. I mean, that was really
Ancient Mythology of Modern Science. For Daisy to post in the chat. Such a great book.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I'm not one to necessarily. I enjoy every perspective as much as possible. There's kind of an interesting analogy that the religious historian of religions, Wendy Doniger, brought up. That she kind of thinks of it as like tool. You use interpretive or theoretical lenses as sort of tools. So you have a toolbox. You have to kind of it really kind of depends on what kind of cultural data you're looking at, what you think is going to be the best tool to bring out. What are you trying to emphasize? And again, I think one thing that I sort of very early on admired about folklorists in particular was Richard Dawson's work. He, in a very early volume of like myth and myth making, I think it was, he had an essay where it was about what can the folklorists and the mythologists kind of get on board with. One of the things is that, at least for the folklorists, they start with their cultural data first, and they see where that leads them.
Yeah.
And then others sometimes, he kind of leaves a little ambiguous, but like what others bring from their fields and try to fit myths into. And that's really tricky. You really have to, just as any analyst, you really have to be mindful of what prism you're looking through when you see the myths, because they're going to stare back at you in all sorts of forms, and if anything, just to be kind of aware of that, just to be very, very, you have to be very reflective in your work, very self-reflective. So I think, going back to, if we were going to talk about something called like monomythical thinking, sometimes the theories that kind of came out of 20th century tended towards trying to find what was the origin, or what is the function of myth. And that kind of that how much that article lends to the analysis, I think, is something that's kind of shifting us more towards this idea of a pluralistic, you can almost say, instead of polymathy, you could call it almost like a pluralistic or mythical pluralism, or something to that effect. If it's not kind of obvious, I like to mess with words a little bit.
I like that.
A little bit of wordplay.
Well, as long as you don't get into puns.
Yeah.
Wordplay, yes.
I have to be really careful.
Man.
I've made some real doozies.
I like
when
them,
I
but
say a
they're
word, I'm like,
banned
that's
from the
so
chat.
silly.
No, I can't possibly ban them. Not with like Flexitron and Luomi in the chat. So many punners out there in our chat.
I know. There's a lot of people who do puns in the chat, and I think they're funny, and they make Dom cringe every time.
It's actually, I think it's fun to watch myself cringe. I'm not gonna lie. I'm doing it for you people.
That's why we keep doing it. Flexitron, are you listening? Let's go.
Who are you, Flexitron?
Lernaean Bone Hydra.
I mean, he used to be like Skin Hydra, but years ago.
Yeah.
All right. Are you gonna drop those or what?
I always like watching the Hydra battle.
Yeah, you like Reptile.
I like watching you battle a Hydra.
You love Reptile even when bone.
No, you got. Oh, damn it! I do.
Called out. Called out.
Uh-oh. I do love Reptile even when bone.
There they are.
Look at its cool horns. Come on, it's got cool horns.
I must admit, I'm kind of relying on you, Daisy, to kind of keep an eye on chat.
Me too.
I didn't have it. I didn't have it open.
Oh,
so,
don't worry. I'm
I do
watching.
like. I'm
I'm
sort of
watching chat.
reflecting on some of the names that we're hearing. I like them. Flexitron.
Flexitron. Yeah, we got some regulars in the chat. I don't know what the ratio is. Maybe Dom has a better idea, but at least half of them I think are folklorists, and the other half are like friends and gamers and random streamers, other people we've come across.
Maybe 50-50.
So yeah, we've got 50-50, something like that. And then
And you're also playing this on the Switch.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had a gift card.
yes.
I know the game is correctly played on mouse and keyboard. I get it, people. But I had a gift card. Well,
Yeah,
I mean that's
it's,
like
fun to
gamer
play on
gamer
the Switch.
folklore though,
We
right?
go back and forth.
Yeah, there's
play on
Yeah.
mouse and keyboard, play WASD whenever you can. Yeah.
Right. Yep. There's that's the there are the console wars, and then there's like the larger.
I don't like the
kind of-
folk name given to the larger thing. I think it's a little offensive, so I won't repeat it. But yes, there's an
Yeah.
attitude that like PC stands
Yeah.
above the consoles.
Yep. I don't know. Again, as a pluralist, I just use both.
I think
You kinda
my
have to eventually. Yeah.
my analogy I always draw is between consoles and pizza. Like PlayStation is like a New York slice. Xbox is like Chicago deep dish. They both have their fans that believe like only one is the only way to do it. You know, at the same time, like one is a bowl of it's a bread bowl of sauce, and the other one is like just grease running into your elbow. You know what I mean? PC gaming is pizza napolitano. If you're going to game, just go out of your way and get the real thing. And then a Switch is like St. Louis pizza, where like don't judge it till you've tried it. I know it seems weird, but it is actually so much fun.
Anything I need.
Someone
Like
quick
that.
make the meme.
Yeah, make the expanding brain of that or something.
Yeah. Yeah, expanding brain of that meme.
Ares or HP?
You look like you could use some HP, but
Yeah, I'd say
But
that.
Ares is Ares.
120.
It's a good one. It's a boss fight. It's like an increased. It's like a
Oh,
higher value. Let's play
I
it
don't
safe.
know.
Let's play it
I
safe.
always have it. I always tend to just grab the max life. Yeah,
Sure.
just try to.
Baby boo, baby boo, boo boo.
you know, everybody's approach to playing video games is really interesting.
How so?
Like, if your approach is to go like max health always, like Dom plays like
Oh, every
How
game
did
I
you
play, I'm
describe
playing.
it
Every
before?
game I play, I'm playing Captain Falcon. That's my strategy. I am a rushdown player.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, so like you just want to play the game to just like see how it ends, right, for the story.
Oh, I meant
And,
that,
like,
but
some
I think I
people
also
play
meant
the
that
game to
like
try to-
I think I also meant I am like a very look. I'm still like a good Catholic boy at heart, and playing video games wildly and risky is the most risk I take in my life. That's what I was getting at.
This is like when I play chess. I always try to like trade queens immediately. I try to just get
Exactly.
rid of, like all the players because it's more fun.
I play Hades
It's
like
more
I'm trying to
fun and nobody
play
ever does
queens
it.
with Dad with Hades.
Yeah.
I need this.
I mean,
And
I
when
kinda-
I play video
my
games though,
patroness.
like I try to collect everything I can. I try to do the full extent of all things I
yeah.
can get, which takes way more time.
Only
and is a
90s
lot
kids
harder.
will
Like,
remember
so I think
this.
that's really interesting. Like, yeah, like how do you approach the gameplay? Is like, who teaches you that? Is it like a personality thing? Is it like how you learn how to play?
Oh,
I
all
don't
of
know,
my,
it's
especially
unique.
fighting games friends, have tried to break me of that impulse, of that trading queens impulse. Yeah. Oh,
Sort of like a maximalist.
oh, I'm definitely
Anyway.
yeah. I think I'm a maximalist in most things. Or at least if for entertainment, I'm a maximalist.
I mean, I think they tried to weave that in a little bit with Hades, right? I think
Oh,
with
yeah.
The game modes. You could do like the God mode, or you could do where it's a little more gracious for you, I guess. So you can experience and enjoy the story, Just kind of like a nod to accessibility, right? I think.
Yeah, I played Celeste, and I really loved the ability in Celeste where you could rewind time when you had infinite jumps. So like the platforming was more of like a puzzle than it was like, you know, hardcore gaming input fest.
People are agreeing
you know,
in
with
chat
this one,
the
I just
Trading Queens sort of analogy.
Hell yeah! Oh, new guy neighbor, what's up?
Yeah, new guy, what up?
Love letter. Yeah, we play the love letter meta. Did you ever play Love Letter, Daisy?
Yeah.
Oh, come
Nope.
on. I'm sorry. This man is very sad.
I know. I think I know who this is.
He doesn't get to see his boyfriend anymore,
Right.
even in the afterlife.
Rip. Sad.
Gotta trade queens. Neighbor.
Got it.
You know, I saw something about I haven't gotten to yet, but I saw something about aspect of Gilgamesh. which I'm not sure
Yeah.
what that might be pointing to, because I know who that was right there, and I wonder how, you know, I give them benefit of the doubt at this point. I went in a little skeptical with the game, and then I
Same.
realized how much their referencing is, and I'm like, you know, I wonder if Enkidu is somewhere to be had in this.
All of the other mythologies are just in like the aspects, which are like the bonus perks you stack onto the weapons mainly. So yeah, aspect of Gilgamesh is a different style of Malfon you can do. I think there's some like Celtic ones. I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, my ex is back.
Oh yeah, what was that one? You're right. Yeah, there was something
bitter.
about Koronach or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. In the bow.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about like the Celtic mythology, other than like references in Fire Emblem games. That's about the peak. The Fire Emblem games make those references all the time. That's my series. Have you ever played those, Dr. G?
Fire Emblem. You know, my wife is really. I think she's a big fan of.
Hell yeah.
Of those.
Yeah, that's probably the series I have the most time on.
I love my medieval anime dating sim war high school.
Me too. My favorite genre of game is. What order did you put that in? Medieval anime dating sim war high school. School days anime,
Yeah,
but everyone
exactly.
grows up and goes to war. All right. Take 3. Theseus and the Minotaur. Let's go. Tough crowd.
Let's go. You gotta beat this battle.
Do you know where that name comes from? That the Minotaur's like first name is Asterius? Is that a reference I'm not getting?
Mysterious. That's considered kind of like an alias to just calling him the Minotaur.
Yeah, Theseus calls him Asterius. Yeah. I'm playing this.
I wonder, is
backwards.
that like? I wonder if it's in some source that it was because the name of the Minotaur just basically means like the Taurus or the
bull of Minos. Yeah.
So I wonder if in some other sources or something there's like an allusion to him actually having a proper name.
Oh god, I lucked out there.
At least he's easy to bait.
The Minotaur is very easy to. He's a bull.
Get him to come to you.
Oh, is he? Come on, shield down, shield down. I wasted this. There we go.
Go, 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 go.
Come to me, come to me. Come to this side, come to this side. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, damn. I'm just been getting wrecked by Theseus every time I played these guys tonight. I know it's kind of the thing where I have like, I don't know, less than half as many runs on this file than I do on like the one I play off stream. So like, I'm not used to being so green, you know?
Yeah, you're so much more powerful in the off-stream practice zone now.
Yeah.
Been practicing so much. It's gotta get good for stream.
Get good.
If somebody randomly shows up and is like trying to see you get your ass kicked, somebody's gonna roast you in the chat for not having skills.
Hey, hey.
I'll try not to give Flexitron any more ideas.
What did Flexitron say? Okay, okay. Minotaur down. Minotaur down. Now I just gotta worry about the king here.
They're all... Oh my god, eSheep says my good account goes to another school.
He does, though.
My good account goes to another school.
That's true. Where's the lie? Boo, boo.
I don't know. There's a lot of shit posting happening in the chat about Flexitron trying to convince Wasteland Shaman to turn him into a deer.
Oh,
and I don't really
like
know
a shaman
where
would
they're going
do?
with this.
Like a
They're
shaman
having their
might
own
do?
side conversation.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yes.
Not that kind of
is
shaman,
implication,
Flexitron.
Yeah. Yeah, not that kind. A different kind.
Okay. Okay, I'm almost at... Ooh, ooh, ooh.
So close.
Well, he still has one trick up his sleeve.
Oh, oh, oh.
That was a good hit. Ha, I can hide from you. It's cool. That's a strategy I can do.
Yeah.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, Ares. Ares time.
Oh, yeah. Let's go, let's go.
Okay, he has Zeus on his side. He has Zeus on his side.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Oh, you're getting close. We're getting close. Oh my god. Didn't you have Zeus on your side last time when,
Yep.
when we were playing?
Yep. Oh, I had Poseidon.
Zeus says flip side. Oh, you could do it, you could do it. Oh, okay, okay.
But I got, yeah, Ares, Athena, and Artemis are my gods right now.
Nice. I love the music in this.
Yes, like the Balkan metal.
Dr. G. Yeah, like, do you ever...
Yes.
What do you think about, like, music in the creation and formation of, like, myth in video games? Like, how does that influence the environment? Or does that come up in your work at all?
I haven't really quite focused necessarily too much on the musical
Okay.
component. I do think, you know, one particular case well,
You did it.
The heroes have been
Sorry.
vanquished.
Yeah, you did it.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, one
Anyway.
thing I'm kind of I'm recalling is when the game EVE Online, one of the virtual worlds that I
Yep.
sort of engage with on occasion, they have such a this kind of ethereal kind of music that really kind of comes out of I think is a very Icelandic kind of tradition of music, and I think that kind of really it lends itself. I mean, you really have to permeate, you know, good game design. I think you have to maximize as much as you can. You know, use the music for sure.
Yeah.
It creates layers and layers of motif. I like the term motif just for that reason, is that it can move across different forms of media. There's the musical
Yes.
motif, there's the visual motif,
Yeah.
and something I think that I don't know what we would call it yet. Maybe something like the well, I think in game studies sometimes they talk about elements like the ludim.
Mm-hmm. Hey, buddy.
Something
let me
like that. That would be like a motif in games as well. But I mean, if you can do that, I mean, I think that's obviously a good resonance to build in.
Should check this one.
I mean, another one, I think you guys featured this on the stream, was the game Okami. That one
Yeah,
really,
and we're gonna
you
play
know,
some more
they-
Okami.
Yeah.
In the future of the stream. Yeah, plenty more Okami to play.
Nice, very good,
Mhm.
good, nice.
We'll come back to it. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a good game.
Maybe probably
Yeah,
like
I
okay
mean-
when we're done with Zelda, it's Okami time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the musical, the soundtracks. Obviously, I think one thing that I think people are starting to increasingly appreciate beyond game culture is the soundtracks of many of these games. They start to, I'm here in Southern California. We have a really good classical station, KUSC, and it plays. Sometimes it'll play some of the game soundtracks.
Nice.
It's good. It's good. I like to see.
Who
that.
do
I
they
like to
play?
see
What do they play?
recognition.
Cool.
Sometimes I've heard them play. I think some Final Fantasy music.
Nice.
I think I've heard.
Shouts
some of
to
that.
good old Nobu.
I've even heard some of the Miyazaki films. Sometimes
Cool.
they play some of that. Mononoke Hime. They play some of some of the soundtrack from that. Princess Mononoke.
Daisy, you see what Here's Mario looked up Asterius?
Yeah, Asterion is the king of Crete, stepfather of the king of King Minos. The Minotaur is named after him. It's pretty cool. Little Easter egg. A couple questions we got in the chat. One is from Esheeps. I think we're probably gonna get to later, but Esheeps wants to know what games Dr. G's recently done research.
We can't possibly get to all of them, so this is a good primer.
Yeah, I was like, we can get to all of them, so this is a good primer.
Well, I have added, I'm seeing what's going to happen. I've added Hades onto my list just to see what happens.
Hey!
But, I think a lot of it, I see such tremendous work done by enthusiasts that it's, art. I'd like to see where that leads to, but let's see. I mean, there's what's on my playlist, and then there's what's on, I guess, on my study list.
Yeah.
Or on my my data set or what have you. It kind of blurs, you go back and forth. Sometimes I enjoy a game and I really just want to enjoy it, and then there's like okay, should I move this over to my my analytical hat, kind of switch modes. But it's hard to. I do really like Fall Guys. I find myself, the only reason I say that, I think, is because my son really likes Fall Guys. When we bring it up on the menu on our PlayStation, it's like he just goes, "Oh, Fall Guys!" He wants to play it.
Aww.
So I often yeah. My game list has also sort of shifted a little bit because when I was working on my dissertation, it was during a time when I was, not quite settled down yet. I didn't have a kid yet, and I had a lot of freedom to really maximize all the game time I could and try to fit as many kind of case studies as I could, with trying to do it justice to the games too, not to just kind of try to mash a lot of games into the dissertation either.
Well, I was gonna say, can I try to show how well I did my homework and try to name games I know you've written about?
Oh, okay.
Okay. I know you've done, like we said earlier, Okami, Skyrim.
Yeah. I'm rich. Yes.
El Shaddai.
Those were both in the same. Those are both in the same chapter.
That's why I listed them as a pair. El Shaddai, which I found your writings on El Shaddai very, very interesting. The myth making it like a non-canonical text. Let's see. EVE Online, you mentioned. Did I say? What's the PS3 game about the very angry Japanese demigod?
You must be hungry, huh?
You mean Ashura's Wrath?
Oh, there it is.
Ashura's Wrath.
Ashura's Wrath.
Yes.
I feel like I'm missing a big one.
Catherine.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
Okay, I technically have the Seder Sack Should I try to fight Hades even if I'm gonna get my ass kicked, or should I keep going through the labyrinth trying to find more
Well,
boons? Or should I pause here and go on break? How about I
wonder
pause
if we
here and
should
go
wait
on break?
I think that's.
I love
Yep,
that idea,
that's what I was gonna say. Let's go on break.
All
Okay.
right. Let's okay, so let's switch
Ooh,
that
wait,
over.
I just
We'll
have to say, I like this visual, this kind of screen right now. It has like Kerberos's kind of skeleton.
Yes!
And then Kerberos is standing up in the upper right
And
corner.
he's
Yeah,
standing.
isn't it
I mean,
cool?
those are like
That's
the
very
gates
cool.
to hell right there behind him. And yeah, this
Wow.
is where he's backwards because he knows we're here and he's looking for a treat. But yeah, and here's his skeleton.
Wow.
I love looking at the floor in this game. It's so good.
Yeah.
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 But hey, like Daisy said,
right,
it's break
folks,
time and
we're
we're
gonna
coming
take,
back.
Maybe
Break time? Okay.
yeah, like a 5 to 10 minute break, and we'll be back, and we'll do your formal interview with you, Dr. G.
Oh,
We've got a
great.
bunch of fun
Okay.
questions. Dom and I were the ones who curated them this week, so
Yeah.
it'll be cool.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, me rattling off
Normally it's other people, but this time it's us.
me rattling off the video games is a preview for the interview. Coming soon after the break.
Yeah.
Let's take 5 or
Okay,
10,
excellent.
everyone.
Look
See
forward to
you
it.
see you soon, chat.
Quilts have had a meaning on many levels. Making quilts helped me to get a sense of my own space, sense of finding my way, sense of really working my way out of the labyrinth.